In this video, we're going to understand how to log and view calls. As a recruiter, you spend most of your time on conversations, and it's very important to log them onto Salesforce because of a few reasons. Firstly, it's a good place for us to know as a team what are the inputs that we are putting towards recruitment. Secondly, it helps us keep track of our conversations, the discussions that we had, the topics that were touched, so that you can return back to them before your next call and continue where you left off. Thirdly, it's also great for the national team, for the regional teams to look at that data and get information directly from Salesforce instead of getting in touch with you all the time and repeating information. Recruiters speak to about 3 to 400 people throughout the year, and it becomes difficult to remember the conversations, the important key points for each and every person. So, this is again a very good way to have all the information on our database. So we're going to see first how do we look at previous calls. So this is the contact record, and I would love to do a different video to show what the contact record gives you. But let's look at calls. So you will see on top there is a link to understand calls. In that, you just need to click on the call and it's going to give you information on when the call was made, was the call completed or not, what were the details of the conversation, and who made the call. So this is a basic call log. We're going to now see how do you log a call. Say I have called Samiksha and I want to log the call. I'll again hover over calls and click on new calls. Now there are 4 types of calls that you can put. A congratulatory call is done by the AC selector. The institute welcome call is made by the recruitment team right before institute. A matriculation call is done after selection and the recruitment call is done before selection. So at this point, since we are doing a recruitment call, we are going to select recruitment call here and continue. Now in this, you can select the date and time that is given to you. You can select which city she is in. In your conversation, you might also discuss with this candidate which deadline they would be applying by. If it is the deadline that is coming up, which is deadline 1, you select this. But if they say that, I cannot apply until December, then you choose a later deadline. If they say that they do not want to apply for whatever reason, you choose will not apply. The status is basically where you have reached in the conversation. So if their number is unreachable, you put unreachable. If they have not been picking up your call after multiple attempts, you click on unresponsive. If they have deferred the call to a later date or time, you click deferred. If you've made the conversation completed, and if the conversation was broken off in the middle and you're going to continue later, you can mark it in progress. If they did not pick up and you are going to call them up again, we don't want to lose sight of them, so you mark them as not started. So let's say we completed the call. I'm going to pull down what are the details of the conversation. If this person was a high potential candidate, I'll put my reasons for why they are high potential candidates. What are the experiences they've had? Basically a summary of the conversation. Under next steps planned, if you have planned out to send them an email, anything, or you call them for an event. So put all of that over here, and any additional information can be added. In any call, definitely fill out will apply by status and call and date time. If the conversation was not very detailed, you can skip the details of the conversation as well. Once you have added all this information, you click on save. And that's it, right? Your call is logged, sorry. And when we look at our reports, we'll actually see that this person has received 1 call. So this is a recruitment call. As we come closer to matriculation, I'll also be sharing a different video to explain how a matriculation call is logged. All the best.